everybody, Malakith here, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron. So, the comments for this one, they've been quite interesting. There's been split decisions on what I'm up to in Norway. Some people think it's going to be great and an amazing way to bleed the Axis forces of their troops. Admittedly not right now because there's giant freaking holes in the defense, but we're working on that. Others were like, well, it could just be a costly defeat. Now, the reason I'm really going for it is there's no land border. So long as there's no land border, the Axis can't really bring their numbers to bear on me. They have to go for naval assaults, and well, I've got that pretty much pinned down. And it's just costly. I mean, you only have to look at what's going on down here against the Soviets to see what can happen with naval assaults. So I'm quite happy to hold on to Norway. I am tempted to try and get a non-aggression pact with Sweden and Finland, although they won't go for it, and I did kind of say I wouldn't do that kind of stuff. So more likely I'll just ignore them and hope for the best. But, you know, it means at the moment they have to go for the Navy. It's another good reason to get Ireland, because I could probably very quickly punch this 5 out and then fortify the hell out of the place. And then, you know, I can nip across into the rest of the UK and try and drive them out of there. And again, it then gives me the channel as a buffer. It stops them just bringing huge amounts of forces, especially tanks, because that's where I'm weak, to bear on me. And if I can grind them down like that, great. Mostly, you know, from a Europe perspective, I'd kind of want to take Iceland, I'd want to take the UK, I'd want to take these little islands, and then I'd pretty much be quite happy to just sit there, really, I think. Obviously, kick them all out of this lot. Over here, however, I'm in a much better position because it's not terrain that's particularly favourable to tanks. It's all mountains and stuff. So I would be much more confident fighting the Pacific front, really. You know, trying to knock Japan out of the war and just hold Europe. If I can knock Japan out, that would get me a nice amount of chromium, sort out all the rubber. You know, I could get a very small front. Thing is, I'm not likely to actually knock Japan themselves out because it's a massive coalition, but you get the idea. I can basically go from here around and grab all these islands and have a very narrow frontage they shouldn't be able to do too much about. Whereas once you get in the middle of this lot, you're for it, basically. It's full-on war. So that's the plan, anyway. So, comments, what else have we got? Someone's asking about the Portugal idea. So I was mostly explaining that because Portugal puts me in a giant land war. And as we don't necessarily need Africa for the chromium now, less worried about it. Someone pointing out that the crossing in here is kind of like the Panama Canal. I think if you control one side, then people's ships can't get through, or if you control both sides, people's ships can't get through. It's one or the other. I think you need both. So there we go. Permission type contested. Armies can pass no, navies can pass no, submarines can pass yes, the submarines can sneak in. But permission type friend, armies can pass. Fair enough. I guess that's just a moving port to port style thing, but then I'd have thought that would be convoys. I guess they're classed as armies. Anyway. Someone commenting on the air wings thing, where when I accidentally overclicked, when I downclicked, it didn't reduce the maximum amount, which is why they overfilled. Good to know. There's an argument back and forth about submarines. Some people are like, yeah, more submarines, and some other people are like, too many submarines, not so useful. I'm torn, to be perfectly honest. I'm kind of in the middle ground. Let's have a look. We've got... Let's just freaking group these things so I can find them each time. We've got 3 whole lots of dockyards working on subs at the moment. I mean, battleships are pretty low priority, so we'll just leave that where it is. It's quite a lot, really. I mean, I've got light cruiser. Let's bump that to there. that to there. Let's swap one of the sets of subs across to mediums. Where are they gone? Sorry, not mediums, heavies. That's what I meant. And again, these are per month and these are per year. They haven't got their extra dockyards yet, so that would be at 4. Destroyers are back in months. I'll play with that. We'll see about that one. Although we're going to have to change where this builds to the top Virginia. That lines up with the rest of the fleet. We'll see how that ends up. Right, so we're going to need to put some more naval dockyards. Won't worry about just up there because they could get captured. Do that. Now, somebody made a very sensible suggestion, and that was that we test fire my rockets. Oh, Cyprus. You're just out of range. Alright, which rocket was that? Have I got one closer? That one just in range? Okay, hang on. Let's set you as Northern France, because that's in range. Yeah. Let's set you... Damn it! Okay. Maybe you're close enough? Oh, missed. Overshot. Just. Right, okay. If we can't bomb the crap out of the Soviets. I'm sure it won't make too much difference, but it may eventually break them. Because I do kind of want that peace conference, really. What else do we have? Someone pointed out I missed an airfield just down here. I think I was ignoring it more because I don't really have the planes for it. Oh no, I've got the Air Cobras. Oh, go on then. You twisted me arm. Where are those torpedo bombers? Give me it. Alright. Baltic Sea. Baltic Sea. I'll put 2 sets of fighters over the North Sea. Right, so coming in, we've got more infantry, we've got my mountain divisions. Let's unpause and get them in position. We've got 80 divisions in Norway. Interesting to see where it puts them. What I may do is actually split off some of them and intentionally set them up on the coastlines, maybe. Or I guess the alternative would be to ship some motorized over. As a reaction force. Let's do that. That sounds like a genius plan. Well, genius might be overstating it, but a sensible plan. We'll put you probably on that airfield just initially. And if we get a naval invasion, they can stomp across to it. Oh, we seem to have got a unit covering all the fronts now, at least. So where's this army, actually? We go to garrison area. They reckon they need 77 divisions, and they got 80. That's fair enough. We got the mountain troops and the 12 motorized. I don't think I'd swapped across. No, I didn't. Get over there. As reserves, what I am going to do is actually push 2 more of them. We've got the manpower. I might as well just keep the men building, because we're going to only end up with more and more frontage as this goes on. Are we looking tank divisions? We got quite a lot spare. Can we make 24? We start running out of modern tanks. Okay. Set them to 1 and drop them in on Philadelphia. Air wings with no mission. Oh, did I not? And someone pointed out that by giving them missions like that, they're going to be having accidents because they're flying when there's no fighting. And whilst I realised that, I do not want to have to go through them all manually and set them all up later when the war starts. So I'm kind of just absorbing the losses. It's not ideal, but for my own sanity. Alright, now, one thing I do want to make sure these guys are trained. Let's exercise them all. They are going to be the front line. My rockets. Okay, let's get the Helldiver. Then we have all the best options for my carrier should I ever want to change it up. Out that military police. Still losing men. Nicaragua lost a whopping 20. Reminds me, I'm sure there was some statistic from Japan in World War One that I remember reading at school where they lost something like 11 men. They were part of the I'll say the Allies. It's not what it's called. I can't remember what they called themselves. My brain is failing me at the moment because it's stuck on World War Two. something Entente, I think. But yeah, I think they sent something like 300 men and 11 died. Was the random numbers that are coming to mind. I remember reading, but. Right, so how much of your rocket sort of... It fires a reasonable amount of them. Wish you could kind of see like their statistics, like how much they've actually achieved, but you know, fair enough. I'll go back to setting them to Western Germany because they're meant for destroying infrastructure, so slamming the heartland of Germany is probably a much better use of them. When are my Marines done? Oh, got another 40 divisions. Okay. Can I put them down in Florida? I think I did. It's not ready yet. All right. What to do with these guys? I've got an idea. Let's halve you. This batch. Can kind of cover those two, I guess. And the other 20. And just sit around without a general for a while. Along with the mountain troops. The tanks are in training. The Marines are on their way. We just deployed all of the regular infantry divisions, and that was all the mountain troops I was getting. Alright, we've pretty much got another fleet there. Let's create a new fleet with... I need to take one of the carriers out. We'll take out the Coral Sea. I'm going to ship these guys up to Norway somewhere. I won't do anything with them just yet because they don't have a commander. How much does it cost for a new commander? 85, okay. Now we need to change up my jet for the Sabre. Now we can start down this side. Have I got two things of jets? I think I might have. Production, there it is. Actually, can we... Better range? Better weapons? Get the reliability back up? We'll take a slight hit on reliability. Range? No, it was okay. So weapons are dropping the agility. We've got some quite nice bonuses to agility. So we'll actually produce that upgraded variant. There we go. Alright, you guys are still training. Should be done soon though. That's the mountain troops done. What about the... There we go, it's them. And you lot. Ooh. Some of them still have a reasonable bit of training to do. You know what? It's enough. Right, to keep people happy, let's start building some nuclear stuff. I'm guessing they're rocketing them as well then. Which means I'm likely to get rocketed. Oh well. Heavy fighters isn't a tree I ever bother with. I've never found them particularly great. My Marines done yet? Yes. 20 of them are anyway, which is what we want. So, go to there. Join the European front. Prepare to naval invade Dublin. Where's that fleet? You get yourself a commander. We're going to need you to search and destroy there, there, and there. We're covering that invasion. Problem is we now need a general for this lot, which is 160, because I just have too many armies. Alright, we've done everything except the signal company. That lot's done. Not worried. That's done. That's done other than chromium requiring. That is complete. Go. That extra 20 will probably be some of the men I end up sending to Ireland to cover it. Yeah, the ones that sat back here doing nothing. At the Presidential Guard. Just to upset Panos. So Europe is currently being commanded by triplets. I just noticed that. That's a lot of German forces all of a sudden. Wonder if that's because my radar network got better or they're preparing to invade somewhere. I don't really see much going on up there. They've got quite a few men on that border. All right. Ireland. I would do Connaught. I'm sure that was the area that my Crusader Kings gameplay was for. Sentimental reasons. What did you need? 160. Okay, let's give him the motorized units commander. So Robert King. They're not going to be ready in time otherwise. Activate War Plan Dublin. We're coming for your Guinness. Naval combat. These submarines have managed to track down some Irish convoys. We're in. Right. Where were they? I just want to send 40 divisions? Right. Let's have 5 of you go that way. 5 of you go that way. 5 of you go that way. Okay, split 3 and 3. 5 and 5. Alrighty, what do we want to do here? Split it again. 3, or 2 heading to Cork. Throw 4 that way. We split you in half. We can saw off this part of the country. Marines are taking no prisoners. Poor boys, push. Oh, that's not going so well. Help him out. And done. All right, you're going to go sit on Dublin, so they can't do what I just did. Now, construction. Max that. Max that. Fact. There's the boundaries. I'm gonna go like that. I think that's right. Yep. And we'll have Fortress Ireland against Northern Ireland. What I'll do with my naval invasion when I manage it is try and hit there, because then I can grab Glasgow and cut it off at the neck and isolate the whole of Scotland. Now we definitely want to fill Oh dear, I've done that. Fine. Now where's my jets? Let's deploy them over here. Oh, so many. Screw you guys. See you later. And then that Navy group, I will push back Norway, I think. Maybe I should just have them in Ireland. Yeah, okay. Let's put them in there for now. When one of the ports pops up on the left, that's where I'm going to rebase them. They can come out away from this air zone. Although western approaches. All right, let's do the air bases as well. I'm going to need something that flies over, you know, the oceans. Ooh, low supply because Navy. That should get resolved as soon as those ports initially build, which were all about to come online. There we go. All right, you base yourself out of there, please. And then we'll have you search and destroy. Ooh, misclick. Search and destroy the northern approaches. There's a submarine fleet. You lot. Yeah. Convoy raid. Out of there. Right in here. Do that. All backed up by torpedo bombers. Once I find them. No, that's carriers. There. Now bases are in low supply. What's wrong with you now? Oh, the ports again. I've probably got too many ships in the area with those submarines having shown up. Is that the only thing I've got left to research? I'll go down the oil tech. Alright, let's just have you... Let's have a garrison. Like that. And then also split you in half. Have those guys. Oh, really? I not have the two combined. Now these 20, can they not use the garrison tool? No. Fall back line instead then. If I double clicked because I'm an idiot. I'll do this the rubbish way. But it's necessary. There. Oh, my Dauntless aircraft is out of date. Carrier Cass. Hey guys. now. Good. Horrible job. Okay. You lot. Garrison this area. You lot. Delete that order and we'll get assigned to... Didn't mean to delete that. That's not the one I wanted either. Clicking all the wrong things. There we go. If that spreads them out a bit better, shall we? Yes. No. What are you doing? Why are you all... Seriously, guys? Apparently I have to manually position you. Oh, looks like we're going to need tanks. How's the supplies in here? Sufficient. New tank division. Roll out. Probably want to get them over into Europe now anyway, to be perfectly honest with you. What are you guys doing? Why are you shuffling troops backwards and forwards like a retard? Fine. Taking that area off of your orders because you're being dumb. These random 20 men can garrison that island. Just got another fleet. Hello. We'll worry about them next episode. So the borders are definitely hotting up tension-wise, as we can see here. Germany's getting serious, although not about the Soviet Union apparently. I'm sure they're gaining divisions. Italy and Japan aren't even in the war. I think we're just going to have to trigger the war ourselves at this rate. Let me know what you think in comments. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.